Hello everybody, I hope you are well. I hope your day has started with peace, calm and ease. Today I will be talking about the emotional centers. This is the foundation to understand the normal, healthy emotional models and energetics that arise from there. And of course, this will be affecting the behavior models and really give the core of the personality. And then the liver center, of course, which is linked to narcissism. But I will also broaden the picture to broad, like what we normal humans kind of are faced in different situations. But to keep it simple now, so you could say there is two emotional centers. There is the healthy center. It is your heart. It is your soul. It is, when your actions, behavior models, emotions are born from beautiful emotions which are driven from love. And then the unhealthy center, which in normal people really is the center where they fluctuate when they are faced with different levels of the stress. But what I will be focusing in this program will be, of course, the extremely unhealthy liver center, which is kind of the default state of the narcissist. So this is different than the center where most people will shift when they are extremely stressed. But they do share a lot of similarities. That's why I will be talking about the different variations. Of course, heart center has also like the more pure and divine aspect, like the higher heart center, which every true Buddhist practitioner and really religious practitioners are familiar when heart reaches that more pure state. It is very fascinating. But on that I will be talking about more within the religious lectures. I won't probably do a separate podcast, so they will be distributed through this same channel. So I suppose I have not given the energetics of the 5 elements. So within the 5 elements, we have the water element, which is your kidney and bladder, and the energetic model is sinking down. And then there is wood element, which is your liver and gallbladder, which causes chi to shoot up and really spread all directions from the liver, which will make sense when we look the energetic model of the narcissist. Both of these, of course, will make sense. The heart center, my humble apologies, the fire element, which is your heart, small intestine, pericardium and triple heater, and the emotional model being expansion from the center of the chest, from your heart. And then the earth element, spleen and stomach, which has kind of a uplifting feeling, uplifting energetic. So it lifts up gently, keeping organs in place, and then it has also division to the sides and rotating back. And of course it has also the rotational movements within your digestive system. If you have watched what happens there, it is all the spleen energetics. And then the 5th element will be metal, or is metal. It is your lungs and large intestine, and it is contracting energetic movement, and it can be also dispersal. These are the very, very typical, the actual, like the basic foundation. Of course, all of these will go much more deeper, like perhaps you have already understood from the water and the wood elements. So let's go to the heart center, the healthy emotional center. So there are actually 2 heart centers, the lower and the heart center. And really when we are talking about Buddhist Brahma Viharas, this is the state of the higher heart center. but also in other religions, traditions have the concept of a level of purification within the heart, within the soul, and when it reaches the more pure, almost like sage-like, like the level of the mastery within there, we are really talking about the higher center, and it has extremely beautiful energetics, even if you just kind of touch it there, here and there, like the beauty that opens from that center, and the fact that none of the more toxic models between the human heart communication can't really come true, because you are in different energetic consciousness network state of being. But like I said, that will be more on the talks within relationship with the religious path. And then the lower center is something that we all, at least most people, this is where we are a huge part of our lives. And then, of course, we can fluctuate to that stress center, and narcissist would be having completely different centers or center in place where they kind of live most of their life. So the heart center, both the lower and the higher, is all about to do with love, empathy, compassion, and ability to understand person's suffering. And of course, this is the empathy aspect, and the compassionate aspect arising from the love, from the heart, from your soul, from understanding, from wisdom. There will become a need to alleviate another person's suffering. I mean, this is exactly opposite to the narcissistic personality style. When they see that some person is suffering, they tend to naturally have need to add their suffering. Not in every case, but very often you do see this. So something that not most people are aware of is that love and truth belongs together. One cannot exist without another. I mean, if you need to lie another human being, you can be 100% sure that it does not arise from love. Your actions does not arise from love, nor has it nothing to do with love. Of course, we could use extreme cases and stuff, but most people don't ever come across those in life, so I will leave that out for now. So the level of purity, stabilizing in spiritual world with your work dictates really in which heart center you are working, the lower or the higher. Like most people, if they are not doing religious or walking religious path or doing the spiritual work, never actually probably even touch the pure center. Possibly mother, those who give a birth, possibly even fathers may touch, but as I am not a parent, so I cannot fully be assured, but I would assume that these people do have that possibility, and something I would assume that God will put into the people's heart, so they will do the best for their children. But yes, I have strong feeling that is the case, but I cannot, from my experimental understanding, I cannot fully say that this is the case, but 99.99% I would assume it is. Anyway, so this heart center, our healthy emotional center, what do we need to know to understand this center? What is love? Like, we really need to understand the quality of the love. And as I come from the Taoist school, the energetics of the love seems to be the most natural direction to kind of go next. So the basic energetics for the fire element, which is at the physical level your heart. That is the expansion from the chest area, basically from your heart to all directions, kind of giving that harmonious wave, like when there is still water and you drop just one tiny drop of water into the still surface of that water. The ripple that comes from that divides all directions. Of course, this is 2D mainly what we see, because of course underneath the water would be something like that too. But what we can kind of look from the surface is the smooth, balanced, harmonizing wave that keeps on rippling until it reaches the whole water body. Of course, within the heart, within the love, this model would be, of course, 3D and connecting to all human beings if we all were living in healthy way, and especially if we would reach the higher state of the heart. So that is the beauty of the heart. So we can also divide it to paternal and maternal, like fatherly love, which has specific functions different from motherly love, which has its own natural qualities and functions. Both are needed for healthy human being to grow up. But these are quite rare models, at least in modern day. So other qualities, I mean, we could look from so different angles, and in future we will be looking from different angles, but just to give a quick overview. So some other qualities, love can be extremely nourishing, like what your motherly love is. It can be extremely calming, or it can be actually extremely stimulating or passionate, like from love and devotion to the God, like from where some of the artworks are done, or some religious music or so forth. And of course, divine love, it has also like the feminine and masculine energetics, and it really is extremely healing, whichever state you kind of touch. So the energetic has also like temperature, you could say. There is a better word, but it doesn't come in my mind right now. But love usually is experienced like that warming health glow from your heart into the whole body or system, or if heart is a little bit excessive, then the heat comes in a stronger way, or if there is a little bit like you are a little bit tensing for a public situation, then the palms can also start to heat up and stuff like that. But usually we are talking about heat or warming feeling. But of course, extremely healing, purifying love, more divine love has actually also extremely cooling, but at the same time extremely healing quality. So this is actually where a large part of your traumas and impurities are start to be purified away from your system. And really, when you really soak long time with divine love, I mean, you become aware that actually each tissue has its own unique way to experience the love. Like each tissue has their own way of, I would assume, also expressing, not just experiencing love. So it really, the religious path to cultivation, it really starts to shift something very, very beautiful. And of course, the energetic system has also their own way of feeling the love, like the frequency and how it flows and what it does has different type of a quality. But I actually did not map them all out, not at all, when I was going through the process. So I will be giving you some models and Yeah, you can kind of open rest with your path, I suppose. It's not even needed to know, to be honest, not at all. It's just a fascinating aspect to me as I come from the Taoist school. So everything just opens through energetics, and yeah, perhaps it is useful for some people so they know where their practice is going when they start to get into these stages. So the communication from your heart is it's very specific intelligence, knowing, like the communication from heart to heart, the knowledge you can receive and understand from your heart. It really is something quite special and unique, not as that everybody would not have felt that. Of course, most people, I would assume every human being has felt this at time to time, but many people tend to shut down the heart and not listening the heart, and more kind of take comfort from the intelligence aspect. But really these two should be work as one whole unit. That's when we are getting more towards the full potential of the information and truth, what we can tap on, at least how far my understanding in this moment goes. I'm sure there are more deeper layers, and surely if you get that divine intervention, that would be like completely another much higher, the highest layer. But I'm talking, what we normal people usually can work with. So it is the healthy communication within you, that what everything that you are, each and every part, and the healthy communication between the other people, between the other hearts, depending on if their heart are beautiful and open and do not abuse the qualities of your heart if they do tap in that, because that is what narcissists would do. And some of these masters actually do have that skill. But when they touch that sweetness and goodness and empathy in you, they will attack that. I mean, that is what narcissists do. It is their default state. But in a short while, they can actually be there and be moved in a very short moment before it all starts to get distorted, depending on how far and strong and dark their distortions are, what they have been building. It is a build model, and they do tend to build it more distorted direction as they live. So yeah, but let's go back to the heart, to the beauty, to the love. So love is all about uniting, harmonizing, recognizing, and making all aspects work within you and between the rest of the people and the world and society, and really with the universe. So there is that unification through the love with the people, and of course we need to feel equal for that to happen. We need to recognize our own role, other people's role, other people's place and their value. We need to appreciate, and from love this all happens naturally. You don't have to try anything else other than get into the state where you can actually start to work from the place of love. Then everything starts to unfold naturally, unless when the stress hits from a certain point, when your models start to shift more towards liver based, so you have lost the pure and beautiful place to work from. So love leads to empathy, and this will lead to compassion, like I already mentioned before. And this will lead working in the way that it is beneficial for the people. So it becomes selfless actions, service for the people, which really means you're serving God. That is how I see it. God doesn't need us to serve Him. He needs us to serve one another. He needs us to give one another, to serve, to care, to comfort, and to protect. And many people around the narcissist fully neglect various aspects of these, especially they fully neglect protecting other people. They have not gone deep enough with the love, nor do they understand what love really is and what actions really arise from there. Yeah, they are really letting narcissists affect their spiritual development in harmful ways, so they cannot go and reach their full potential. So I will make another audio from the liver center. So this was the foundation for the heart center. Thank you very much.